Good afternoon, I'm Danny Laurel and this is One News Now. Super Typhoon Goring has maintained its strength as it moves over to the sea off of Basco, Batanes. Goring was last spotted 125 kilometers west-southwest of Basco, Batanes. It is packing winds of up to 195 kilometers per hour and gustiness of up to 240 kilometers per hour. Aside from Goring, Pag-asa is also monitoring severe tropical storm Haikui that is outside PAR. This was last located at 4 a.m. at around 1,560 kilometers east of the extreme northern Luzon and is seen to enter the Philippine area of responsibility today. Meanwhile, Goring is currently moving west-northwestward at 15 kilometers per hour. It will likely remain as a super typhoon until Friday, but it is seen to exit the Philippine area of responsibility. That's tonight or tomorrow morning. For now, signal number 2 is raised over Batanes and the Babuyan Islands. And at least 5 areas are under signal number 1. That's including Ilocos Norte, parts of Abra and Cagayan, Ilocos Sur, as well as Apayao. Pag-asa also warns that the enhanced southwest monsoon will bring occasional or monsoon rains that's over the western portions of Luzon and the Visayas. Almost 200,000 persons have been affected by the southwest monsoon that's enhanced by Super Typhoon Goring. Nearly 49,000 individuals were also displaced. At least 35,000 of them are staying in evacuation centers. One person was also reported missing during the onslaught of Goring. Meanwhile, the initial damage to infrastructure is worth more than 41 million pesos. Due to Goring, several schools are still submerged in floods. This is day 2 in the opening of classes. Schools in at least 9 areas in Cagayan are still flooded. Meanwhile, classes in all levels in the provinces are also suspended today. In Masintol, Pampanga, learners in San Isidro Elementary School waded through the floodwaters, and students have already been advised to wear rubber boots. Its Rural Health Office assures that they are ready in case students need medication for the frequent flood exposure. Meanwhile, in Kalumpit, over in Bulacan, students and staff experience foot-deep floodwaters due to the heavy downpour and high tide. Wearing a complete uniform is no longer required in the school to ensure the comfort and safety of the students amid the floods. It's time to take a quick break. One News Now will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us. Still watching One News Now, I'm Dani Laurel. Quezon City Police Chief Brigadier General Nicolas Torre has apologized following the backlash for the press con conducted for the gun-toting driver involved in the viral road rage incident. In an interview with 1PH, Torre admitted that he made a snap decision to hold the presser. Reports have also surfaced that Torre has resigned from his post. This after Quezon City Mayor Joy Belmonte announced that she will have QC cops probed because of how they handled that incident.
Ang thought process namin is I have made that decision within a very limited time at hindi ko na-process ang mga bagay na yun pala maging afterthought. Pasensya na kayo.
Meanwhile, Justice Undersecretary Raul Vasquez told Radio 5 that the ex-cop has never worked in the department. He added that the agency is also mulling over filing a case against Gonzales. The PNP had earlier filed criminal charges against the gun-toting dismissed cop.
Na-verify, hindi naman siya konektado sa DOJ. Ready naman kaming tumulong kung ano man yung pwedeng may sampa.
President Bongbong Marcos mourns the death of veteran broadcast journalist Mike Enriquez. In a tweet, the president called Enriquez a pillar in the broadcasting industry. He also praised the late anchor for his unbiased reporting. Enriquez was one of the anchors of GMA's flagship newscast 24 Oras. He also hosted the public affairs program Investigador. He joined the broadcast industry in 1969 and had been a part of GMA since 1995. Let's now take a look at today's other top stories. The Philippine Coast Guard denies that there is an oil spill on the Verde Island Passage as after a boat sank in Calatagan, Batangas last Sunday. Anita DJ2 was carrying 70,000 liters of diesel oil when it sank in Calatagan en route to Palawan. The PCG maintains that residents should not be alarmed since diesel oil is quicker to dissipate compared to the industrial oil carried by the sunken MT Princess Empress in Oriental Mindoro. The Coast Guard will send a ship equipped with a water cannon to dissipate the oil sheen where the fishing vessel sank. The MMDA has suspended the proposal for a shared bike and motorcycle lane. The agency met with motorcycle and bicycle riders as groups who voiced their opposition against this proposal, citing road safety concerns. The MMDA says the challenge now is deciding where the separate bike and motorcycle lanes would be placed. But for now, the policy stands that motorcycles are not allowed to use the bike lanes. 10 police officers from the PNP Maritime Group have been removed from their posts. That's in connection with the beating of a 15-year-old teenager in Navotas City. Authorities are still proceeding with the inquiry, even though the parents of the child have decided not to file a complaint. The cops have been placed under restrictive custody. The teenager was allegedly kicked and struck with a hard object on his back. He was apprehended by the police over a missing cell phone in the area. Over to sports. Italy shut the door on Gilas Pilipinas' second round hopes. That's after beating the Pinoys in the FIBA World Cup. Marty Bautista tells us more.
Gilas Pilipinas entered their final group stage game in the FIBA World Cup, needing to beat Italy by at least 13 points. The national team opened up the game solid, but soon the Italians rediscovered their stroke and slowly zoomed to a double-digit lead. Behind steady offense, Italy was able to keep the Pinoys at bay until the buzzer sounded. Final score 90-83 for the Italians. Simone Fontecchio led the way for the world number 10 squad with 18 points and 6 rebounds.
It was a tough team, tough game. We made our best and we got the win. That's the most important thing. We played the right way. We played continuously the right way the whole game, except maybe the last 2-3 minutes.
Fontecchio also had high praise for Gilas naturalized guard Jordan Clarkson for his stellar output this World Cup. JC finished with 23 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists in the game.
He's a hell of a player. He played his heart off the whole game, the whole 3 games I saw, and it was just unbelievable. You guys are really lucky to have him.
Meanwhile, Gilas guard Renz Abando called out critics of the national team, particularly its coaches. Abando said now is not the time to bash the national squad. This comes after the crowd booed head coach Chot Reyes during team introductions ahead of the Italy game.
Ito yung time na hindi na dapat natin hinahatak pababa yung mga teammates ko, mga coaches ko. May nababasa ko, and lalo na sa mga coaches, hindi ito yung tamang panahon para i-bash sila kasi tao lang din tayo, nagkakamali, and ginagawa rin nila yung best nila.
With the win, Italy moves on to second round along with the Dominican Republic from Group A, while the Philippines and Angola were relegated to Group M for the classification games. They'll be facing teams who also failed to qualify from Group B. The Philippines still has a chance to be the top team in Asia if they're able to sweep the two classification games. If they do this, they have a chance to book a trip to Paris for the Olympics next year.
We're super motivated. I think from the beginning we've been motivated. Our team is strong. We fight. We ain't giving up throughout the whole game. We haven't really felt like we've been out of any games. And we fighting. We strong mentally, and we're gonna put it together and try to get these two.
Even with Gilas out, the country will continue to play host to the remaining FIBA World Cup games. Catch the action live on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and Pilipinas Live app. For News 5, Marty Bautista, we are One News.
One News Now will be back at 3:15 p.m. Join us again later. I'm Danny Laurel. We are One News.